Dak, last week against the Lions, you guys kind of struggled to finish drives. After now watching the film, were you guys able to kind of pinpoint in your self-scout what those reasons were, and how can you fix that going against the Vikings?
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds, and anytime they're self-inflicted, it's through your preparation, it's through the week of practice, and just the communication, doing the simple thing right, obviously knowing not only the play, but the reads and the nuances of the plays and adjustments that could happen. And I would say just players all took turns, including myself, on different plays as we approached the red zone on different drives that ultimately didn't end up in us getting enough touchdowns over field goals. But, I mean, we have a hell of a kicker who kept us in and gave us a chance. I mean, without him, it would have been a whole lot worse, I would say. But, yeah, we just got to finish better in the red zone, and it's a different game.
Do you relish this matchup coming up against Brian Flores and what the different looks and things he's going to curveballs sinkers in the dirt he's going to throw at you?
Yeah, most definitely. Just understanding that he's an aggressive play caller. He's a play caller that likes to win the game from the plays that he's dialing up and the way that he's attacking the offenses and the looks that he's presenting. But as you said, right, giving us curveballs and making it tough on us. But we just got to communicate. And so, yeah, why I relish this challenge is it's as much of a game as anything that's a challenge to me mentally, and what I'm seeing on film and being able to decipher that, pre-snap and get us into the right protections, into the right looks and plays versus all their different looks.
How do you balance trying to win every game but also rooting against the Eagles? I mean, do you find yourself?
No, I mean, I just got to go win every game. I mean, that's all I can control. I'm going to root against them regardless. So whether we're in this position or not. So I got to control what I can control and go win games with my hand.
George obviously took a lot of criticism. George did. How have you seen him respond, and did you have a
Amazing.
conversation with him?
Yeah, he's responded great. Just came in like a pro, and as I expected him doing, that's what I told y'all, in the post game. Like, yeah, when you're playing to the level he is and the standard, right? Like what he put out there is not to his standard or anybody's expectations when you play the way that he does. And I'm sure y'all have spoken to him, and he owns that. And he's had a hell of a week of practice and is going to continue to finish that way. And there's no doubt it's going to all that's going to just transpire into the game.
Dak, you showed a lot of concern with CD on the field immediately going up to him. What's your level of concern now that it looks like he's going to be ready to play here just 10 days later?
Yeah, zero concern. And yeah, I mean, obviously on the field, you see a guy, whatever they call that, his hands getting into that formation, right? You just, whether it's your brother, a teammate, or somebody on another team, you don't want to see that. And so, yeah, obviously there was some urgency to get him help then. But then actually when I got over there, he was almost like right back to it. I was like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah." Like you just could tell just for a moment, right? And so he was back at it Monday. You know what I'm saying? Doing light stuff, working out, and from there I was positive in the way that he would respond, and he's been great.
Ferg's been a little banged up, obviously, this week, and he's spoken at the end of the season about just how much he wanted him to find the end zone and have a bounce back year, and he has. Like, how important is he to have out there Sunday?
One more time, Ferg?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be huge. Right, he's had a great year, but importantly, more so than finishing it. Right, he's had some plays that he wants back, and it's been a better year and a bounce back year than last year. But I don't know if it's one that he's going to hang his hat on necessarily. I know it's one that he's proud of some things, and proud of the player that he's damn sure become. But I know he wants to finish strong and finish the best that we can, and best that we can is winning these games and seeing where we end up. And Ferg's a big part of that.
Can this be a successful season if you don't make the playoffs?
Talk about that if that happens, when it happens.
I know you scored a field goal in the first possession last week, but before that, you guys have struggled to get off to good starts. Can you pinpoint why that has not occurred the way you want them to?
No, unfortunately, I can't. We've got to start faster. We've got to go in and execute. Our starters. The sequence plays that we have planned, and I don't think it's a knock at those plays. I don't think it's a knock at anybody's focus. To start the game. It's just something that we haven't done well at. But, I mean, in reverse of that, right, the guys have done a hell of a job of putting that behind them, or maybe it's the first two putting it behind them and figuring out what we've got to do to find success, adjust throughout the game, and eventually get to it. And so super proud of that.
Where do you stand on the whole idea of no matter how good the offense is, we'll probably always find something that, whether it be fourth down or the way you guys start the game, that there will always be something that it'll never be perfect. Do you think that that's possible for it to be perfect, where you're good in every single area on offense?
Absolutely not. I mean, there's games. I think there's moments. I think there's streaks. But to just say that you're the best and you feel like you're doing your best in every aspect or avenue of the offense or window or third down, red zone, or turnovers, I think it's possible. I do think it's possible, but I think very, very, very hard. And the main reason why is you're in the NFL and you can never not give credit to those guys on the other side of the ball. Like, especially when they know, right? You're saying of a team or a group like that that's that loaded, they're going to do one. They're going to try to take one of those away, and they're probably going to be successful at that, which makes it hard to just dominate in every aspect. But you can shoot for it.
This Vikings defense.
Get your trust?
One more time, sorry.
How did Flournoy get your trust?
Just the way that he works. He comes in, he's a true pro, and goes back to when he was first drafted as a rookie and him wanting to come in and ask questions and just, take reps with the ones as early as he could, And I think I mentioned before, I think that was some of his struggles early on, is not getting an opportunity, where some guys just relish when they get that opportunity and they get to step into the first huddle, and he's done that throughout his chances. But even before he stepped in that huddle, just the work and consistency that he's put in, I've always taken note of that and respected it.
He said there was one, he sent a text out to the group this summer and he couldn't make it because it was on his anniversary. Were you okay with him missing a throwing session to celebrate his wedding anniversary?
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think 2 years ago he had his honeymoon at the throwing session, so he deserved to go have the anniversary somewhere else.
This Vikings defense, it blitzes on 47% of dropbacks, and you've been really good against the blitz in your career. When you know you're facing a defense that will throw that much pressure at you, how does that affect the prep? And then in the game, is it one of those things where you just know things are going to have to slow down a little bit for you, or how have you been so efficient?
Yeah, I mean, I think it slows down actually just through your prep throughout the week. And so, right, when you know a team's going to do that, it's about the film study, anticipating those looks, more importantly, just to make sure that you get them blocked up. And then once you have them blocked up, honestly, I mean, it's advantageous looks to us, especially when you're talking about the receivers that we have. So, yeah, we definitely invite it, but we got to protect it first. And then once we do that, I feel like we have the upper hand.
When it comes to that, people say, 10 years in the league, there's nothing he hasn't seen. Are there things you haven't seen, or is it more just kind of how a good DC may sequence things?
Yeah, I've been getting some funny coverages. There were some funny ones last week that, I don't know if they blew them a time or two, a guy didn't do the right thing. So there's definitely, you can still find some stuff that you hadn't seen, and whether it's a guy making a mistake or not, sometimes that works into their benefit, which there's a particular play I'm thinking about last week that, yeah, it makes it fun. But overall, you can usually bucket everything into that. And so to your point, yeah, it's more of how Flores is going to sequence him, when he wants to do it, and more importantly, how we're going to have the plan really to block it up and make them pay so we don't get the same looks.
When in your career?
Shawty says have a solution for everything. So even something you hadn't seen, there's still
We still have a plan, 1,000%. We still have a plan. We still have buckets that we'll just throw it into. It's maybe not exactly this, but it's so close to that we're going to call it that. And when all 11 call it that and see it that way, it's protected. We're on the same page.
When in your career did you start feeling really comfortable against the blitz? When did you feel that light switch kind of flip for you?
I don't know. I mean, it may have been a play during a season. It wasn't a wow moment, I would say. Just over time, certain blitzes, certain looks you see better than others. I would say at this point, right, to what Chris was saying, I've just seen more of them that it's hard to surprise me in that sense. But you still got to be on your P's and Q's. Hell, I just got hit 2 weeks ago against one in Kansas City and threw an interception. So I'm far from got all of this dialed down. So I'm going to just keep studying and be ready for Brian Flores.
You've seen Trayvon at his playmaking best in his career. Have you assumed any role in interacting with him as he endures this IR stint and tries to get back on the field and overcome whatever it is that's keeping him off? Yeah,
me and Diggs, actually, we talk a good bit, usually just in the locker room. And, yeah, I would say my role has come in as more of just being optimistic, being the motivator in that sense, right? Knowing what he's been going through and knowing how much he wants to play and, right, thinking that he may have, been called up or gotten back last week and then didn't, right? And for whatever the reasons, just being able to talk to him, being a sounding board, and honestly giving him real honest feedback, and not just of what he wants to hear, but, this is probably what the coaches are thinking. This is what you've presented. This is what you've given him, and this is the best way that I can see it. And he's growing. He's growing each and every day in every aspect of it, and I'm excited for him just to continue to get healthy and get back to the guy that he's confident in being and going to make those plays.
Was the hospital visit the other day an opportunity for y'all to connect that way?
Me and Diggs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked on the way there, obviously, about it a little bit, and then once you're at the hospital, the only thing that matters is putting a smile on those kids' face, and he was a hell of a partner in doing that, and we had a great time.
Dak, do you feel the weight of having to win out in the day-to-day and in the moments away from the facility?
That's a good question. It's not heavy, Even if I feel it, obviously I think about it a lot. Like, I say that to say, like, I want that. Like, that's unfortunately a position that we've put ourselves in, and that's the only way that we can get out of it. So it's not like that. It's some, oh my God, I can't believe this is on me, or this is stress. Like, no, this is just what the avenue that we have to go, and the only way that we can get out of this is handling our business. And whether we're cheering on other teams to lose or not, like, more importantly, we've got to come in each and every day and focus on the now and just be present. And when you're able to do that, you'll be okay with the results at the end of the day. So 100%, I think about it all the time and often. And yeah, and the different times I feel great about it, and different times, like, hope those guys lose, right? But it's something that I love, and I'm embracing at this point because it's the only way out.
Is it hard not to look back on the early part of the season and say, man, those were opportunities we missed?
I could deep dive into this, and I won't, but to tell you is no, because as much as, you hate it, and I can call 2 or 3 games, do we make the changes and do what we do in the bye week to even have the team that we have now? Probably not. So everything happens for a reason. I know you'll know I say that all the time, so I'm just thankful for where I'm at and the opportunity I have to get into the playoffs still, if there is one.
When you think about what's happened since the bye, going 3-1, do you think there's something about this group that, they kind of thrive in the urgency, the pressure of the situation, and it maybe makes some of the human nature parts of maybe facing a team that on paper isn't, a tough team, easier?
To an extent, your back's against the wall. I've played for a coach before who used to do that all the time, and it was a reminder every morning, slap the wall and your back's right here, and there's only one way to go. And you say that is because that's real, and that's to your point, is you thinking about it every day, even away from the facility. When you're in that position, you in a sense have to. So I guess that's why I say I enjoy it, and I hope the other guys in the locker room do enjoy it, because, it does make you step up. You can't take a moment for granted in your preparation away from the building and the things that you're sacrificing with your time, whether it be to study the game or take care of your body. Everything matters, and when you're in these positions, you understand that. But I also think just the leadership and some of the players that we've got during that time has elevated different phases and different in our units, right, to a level of just focus and expectations that has resulted us being 3-1. And that's honestly why it's hard to even go back to early in the season, because with this team, I doubt those games. Yeah, we do lose those, but I'm not going to go back and, the whole – I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Yeah.
All right,
Good. Thank you, guys.